Hello, everybody. This is James from 40K Amateur Hour, along with Rico from 40K Amateur Hour team, and we have a special guest star for our first unboxing video ever. Go ahead.
Hi everybody. I'm Wild Chevy on the internet.
On the internet, on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube. On YouTube, I'm youtube.com/wild1chevy.
Yeah, so we'll put the link on it, and you'll hook us up too, right?
Yeah.
Wonder Twin powers activate. Good enough. So tonight we're gonna do our first unboxing and talk about the new Imperial Knight.
Imperial Knight.
Imperial Knight.
It's super heavy.
So we're gonna go over this. We're in our set here, the dungeon, courtesy of 40K Warhammer Amateur Rico here. So, guys, first thoughts on this thing. What do you? And we'll get into the unboxing here in a minute, and we'll get some close-ups. But what do you guys think? What do you guys fluff-wise? What do you think about the fluff first? We'll start with that. What do you think about the fluff?
Overall,
Right
it's impressive. I mean, these are the mini Titans we were all hoping for with Escalation and Apocalypse. They all look pretty cool. We've got the ones that are Imperial, and then we got the Free Blades, and we also have the Adeptus ones. The only thing looking at the fluff is all about the machine, not about the pilots. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, just to make sure if you guys haven't read the fluff or know what it is, these guys are not necessarily part of the Imperium of Man, so like a part of your Space Marines, they're a completely different entity, so to speak.
So when they were
The Crusades.
the Crusades, as they were populating all these planets, these knights were dropped down with the settlement to help protect the settlement. And as the planets grew and all that, these behemoths became knightly orders.
Yep, and underneath houses and
Yep.
such. And that's the difference between a knight, we should point out, a knight and a free blade. The free blade are mercenaries, so to speak, or ronin in the Japanese culture.
They've broken, or they've either broken away from their family houses, or they've been in some type of battle where they're the only survivor. So they're running.
So not knowing anything out of the codex itself, we can assume, maybe, and say that because we have those free blades, that several different armies will be able to take these guys. Not just...
It's a good assumption. There's a lot of rumors right now on the internet is, for example, can orcs take a looted one? Can chaos take one? And I don't have an answer to that yet. I think as more and more rumors come out and, GW comes up with the rules for that, I would imagine, sure, but ultimately this is 40K and you can do whatever you want in the end.
This is the Imperium's version of the skull. The Throne
Lord
of
of Skulls.
So this is Throne of Skulls. So from what I've seen in the fluff, these will fight for the Imperium of Man. So I'm not sure we'll see any traitor ones outside of conversions.
And I'm looking forward to some converted models. So let's go over the stats. There's two types, correct? We've got the Knight Paladin and the Knight Errant. Quickly, Alan, you got the stats here right in front of you. So do you, Rico. Rico, why don't you
All right.
read us the first one here?
The first one is the Knight Paladin. It's 375 points. They're pretty much the same build for a lot of different things except for the weapons that they carry. The Knight Paladin actually has two heavy stubbas. One that looks like it's kind of a shoulder mount or chest mounted one. The other one is actually mounted on the arm right here, along with the big gun. And then they have the rapid fire battle cannon, which is a 72-inch strength 8 AP3 ordnance 2 large blast, which isn't too bad.
That'll kill pretty much anything.
Take pretty much, and then they are both equipped with a Reaper chain sword, which is a D weapon of an AP2. And I think the extra 5 points just comes from that other stubba because the Knight Errant is 370 points, and it has only one heavy stubber, and it has the thermal cannon, which is also pretty devastating. It's 36 inches. It's a strength 9 AP1 heavy 1 large blast melta. So that gives you 18 inches of double crispy melta on anything you're shooting.
So real quickly, let's direct the conversation possibly to the Paladin, and then to the Errant, and then to the special rules. Because I think I've seen a lot of stuff on YouTube and a lot of people on different articles, and to me, and this is just me, and I'm definitely the amateur in this. These guys have been doing this for a long time. The special rules is kind of what makes this simple, and it can be easily overlooked. And so I'm going to bounce some things off of them, and the veterans are going to tell me, yay or nay. But let's go with the paladin real quick. It's what, weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 4, strength 10. Your front armor is 13. Your sides are 12. Your rear is 12. Your initiative at 4. Your attacks are 3, and hit points are 6. Not quite as good as a land raider, but definitely
But the whole point
it's up there. It's got hull points, correct.
It won't be glanced to death.
It won't be glanced to death.
And maybe haywire grenades will take it out, but
So and it shoots fairly well. I mean, it's going to be accurate. You're going to get, most of them are going to hit more than 50% of the chance, and you get that weapon or ballistic skill taken off of your deviation. So that's 4 inches off of whatever you roll.
shoots better than a guardsman.
Shoots better,
And it's guardsmen or Imperial men are piloting it.
True that. So a couple of different tactics with this. Your rapid fire battle cannon, 72 inches. That's a long ways across the battlefield.
The whole table length.
Most
The
games,
whole table
Most
length.
games, it's going to be almost the whole table. That's right.
Would you guys see possibly taking this thing and hiding it behind cover along with your void shield and using it as an artillery piece? Just lobbing shots downrange and taking things out. Do you think that's a variant or a viable option?
It could, but if you only got one of these things, it can move and shoot. I'd be moving it in, taking the D-weapon chainsword and hitting every vehicle or whatever I could get my hands on with that. So you got the option of getting in close and turning it up, and also being able to shoot that thing pretty much anywhere on the table.
So you're more of use the destroyer weapon as an assault.
I would.
I mean, the shields, the void shields that it has is an added protection. So it's going to be, your spearhead unit. This thing is going right up the board. It'll take out pretty much anything.
Okay. And that was the other option, is obviously to use the destroyer weapon. And we're trying to give you as many different options as possible here. Heavy stubbers. Let's talk about the heavy stubbers. Do you think they're just kind of forgetting the heavy stubbers? Do you think they're going to use? Do you think they just kind of threw them in there?
Well,
what can you guys do with the heavy stubbers?
I just say with the rules of being basically the super heavy that it can target different things. I'd say run at this, take out a couple of the troops along the way or something else, or I'm running that tank, but I can still whittle down those guys over there.
That's true. So you're talking about the special rule, relentless.
Mm-hmm.
You can no, I'm sorry, that's shooting an assault. But I'm sorry, it's the super heavy rule in escalation. It's not split fire, which in other words you have to roll for your initiative, correct? To pass that. Like your Dark Angels come down and do your split fire, that doesn't count. This is you just get to shoot at multiple different targets.
Like a Baneblade, a Baneblade can shoot every one of its weapons at something else.
Correct.
And so this guy can shoot at different targets too.
Yep. So you got 2 of them. What about the theory that you're going to roll on 6s because it doesn't have Skyfire, but it gives you the option to maybe drop make a monstrous creature a grounding test.
You can make it. I would not use it for anti-flyers.
Correct. I'm not saying it's a total anti-flyer, but I'm saying maybe something that the heavy stubber, because I'm thinking a lot of people I'm going to get a hold of this thing. I'm like, this is cool. I want to blow some stuff up. So I'm going to fire this cannon at a big unit. I'm going to get in. I'm going to chop stuff, and the heavy stubbers are there.
Those are pretty. It's like a pistol. You're done shooting everything else, and then you pull out your pistol in a first-person shooter just to bang around before you reload your gun.
I mean, think about it, anything you use, your Lehman Russ, whatever it is. You always shoot the big gun, and then you go, oh, hey, I might as well shoot the Stormbolter on the top too. Why? Because you can.
Because you can. Never forget to shoot. If you can shoot it, shoot it. There's no harm, no foul.
That's why I pay for it.
Exactly. So this guy's with the battle cannon. This is your guys' choice for the front line. Spearhead, going for it. What's your targets of opportunity with this? What would you go for? Is this the Imperium Riptide Killer?
Well, it's a large blast, strength 8, 3. You got squads of, just Marines are going to die. If you got squads of Marines, you're going to hit those things, they're going to die for the most part. So if Marines are going to die, that means pretty much any other troop is going to die. We won't take Terminators right out exactly with that one, but that's what the Melta one comes in for. Is
you're going to be killing Nurgle Marines.
Plague Marines.
Yeah, Plague Marines.
Yeah, you are. So you guys want to assault? Let's talk about the assault. If you get to initiate the assault, well, first of all, it gets to move 12 inches. That's pretty good. And it can fire its ordnance weapons and still assault. It's got that rule for that.
And causes fear.
Causes fear. We're gonna get to the special rules here.
So if you're charging
that's where I like
Marines.
this model, is the special rules. So well, except for Marines. Strength 10, Hammer of Wrath. If you get the first charge, that's a pretty good hit. It's a free hit. Again, take it. But strength 10. You guys like the Hammer of Wrath? You guys like that? Yeah,
it's a free
take
hit.
it or leave it. It's a free
hit.
hit.
Well, your strength 10, yeah. Hammer of Wrath, it's one of those where it doesn't matter. But being strength 10, you can double out pretty much anything if they roll badly on their saves.
If you roll anything badly on a save.
Yeah,
What kills Terminators?
What kills
One's
Terminators?
kill
One's
Terminators.
kill Terminators. That's kind of our catchphrase. It's a walker. So in escalation rules, or I'm sorry, super heavy walker, gets a stomp attack. If you read in the escalation rules, it doesn't quite say it, but you look at it, gets a stomp attack. What do you guys think about that?
It'll kill all the little grublies.
It will, yeah, and for those of you that are not familiar with the stomp attack rule, it's an escalation, and basically you roll a dice, and you get to see how many attacks you get, and then you put your templates over top of it. What I love about the stomp attack is the 6. You roll a 6,
It's dead.
gone. It's dead. You take it off the table. There's no saves of any kind. There's no Eternal Warrior. It's bye bye. See you later. So that's that extra attack. Aaron, well, let me go back to Paladin. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to talk about the Paladin version of it? So you pay 5 points, extra 5 points. You get that extra heavy stubba.
We haven't seen the codex yet.
Haven't seen the codex.
That's on pre-order. So there might be more stuff with the Paladin. I mean, this could be your Warlord. So there could be extra stuff for the Paladin that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, because there's a talk about, obviously with the codex and that you can do, we were saying, what, 6?
I think
what
you
they're
could run
thinking about.
6 in a
Six is an entire
formation.
army, so you got your entire army is built of knights. You're obviously going to have some warlord traits or some other things that are going to pop up for these guys. So that's going to be something we'll have to look at. But yeah, for the most part, he is good at a long range. But both of them, I think, walking into stuff, they're gonna eat it up. Especially the next one, the Errant.
Aaron, so the difference between this one is it doesn't have the extra stubber, and it has a thermal cannon, which is 36 inch, strength 9, AP 1, and it's a Melta.
And it's a large blast Melta.
Large blast Melta. And you get that thing within 18 inches, and you get the Melta rule, which is pretty interesting in itself. I mean, so this is definitely your assault guy.
This is going to take out tanks. This is going to take out Terminators. It's gonna definitely, yeah, you're gonna want to get in close with this and melt everything.
Could this possibly, and I've heard this kind of said back in here and there, maybe it's not the correct terminology, but maybe the poor man's answer to escalation. You don't really want to get a big Titan.
Well, that's what the Lord of Skulls is.
True, true. It's 150, give or take, dollars depending where you're at. I can definitely see some advantage to this. So this is your main guy you want to march right down the middle of the battlefield. So if you were going to take one or the other, this is your two's opinion.
I would be grabbing this one just for that Melta.
Yeah.
The other answer
sorry, you look at it this way. Okay, so everybody, when the Tau came out and they got the Riptide,
correct.
Everybody's like, oh, that's what you're just paying to win with that thing, and everybody hates them, and you bring 3, and nobody wants to play you anymore. Then the Eldar, and they get their big guy,
the Wraith Knight.
The Wraith Knight. And everybody's like, oh, that's the Eldar cheese. Well, now everybody gets their little.
Now we have the Imperium cheese.
Yep.
So
we bring it out, and I don't know. I'd like to see when we'll have to do one of these. I'd like to see one of these guys stand up against either a Wraith Knight or a Riptide and see how they work. Because I think this guy's got a pretty good advantage over that.
What do you think about versus fortifications, the new fortification rules and stuff? Which we are going to have a battle report just on the fortifications rules that we have, the codex, data slates. That's the word I'm looking for. The data slates. So if somebody brings a fortification, you think this is the answer to that with that Melta and that D weapon?
It's a D weapon.
Enough said. We got the D weapon.
If you get that D weapon to it, yeah, it's toast. It's
toast.
Gone. But you get that thermal cannon out there and hitting any of the fortifications, it's going to tear buildings too.
So really quickly, and this has kind of struck me, people starting to field these kind of models. Maybe it's a little bit better to 35 points for a Void Shield. Starting to look a little bit more appetizing or appealing to people, maybe?
It depends on the style of game you're playing. We've heard a lot of lately that some tournaments aren't letting escalation, and so you're not going to see super heavies in some tournaments because it breaks the game in some ways. If you're going for balanced play, you probably won't see one of these out there because if you're playing
well, since when is 40k a balanced game? Let's be honest.
But if you're bringing an all-comers list, you're not going to have. You're maybe going to have a unit that can take out one of these, but not a whole army that can.
Well, it's definitely going to be a great-looking centerpiece to your army, and probably a bullet magnet. It's going to be it's going to be a bullet magnet. So the special rules, and we'll make sure we try to get these right, and if not, we'll go back. But relentless, so it can shoot an assault even after ordnance. That's beautiful. Smash gets to reroll on your armor penetration. So let's talk about that real quick.
It's attacks down to 1 attack, and you get a reroll.
But your strength Doesn't it? If you go down to one attack, it does something to your
It
strength.
doubles your strength, but that's
so
more if you'll see that more with monstrous creatures.
Okay. So you guys like the smash rule?
You're not going to tank shock it.
Not gonna tank shock it. So.
Auto hit D weapon, unless you're rolling ones, you're.
Yeah.
Well, see,
So
in the D weapon, that's where we get to the next rule, which is that invincible behemoth. So instead of Laz canning, hitting it, and rolling a 6 on the pen chart and blowing it up, because of this, it goes on that special
The D
that
chart?
the D chart.
Yeah.
So a D3
So
instead of
six-
explodes,
six
it takes a
won't blow it up, it
D3
just
hull
takes
point.
extra hull points.
Yeah, it takes a D3 hull point, which now you've got even more staying power on it. So you got that one little marine running around with the last
when you
cannon.
think about this, if you build an army or that becomes something in there, and you get that one lucky shot at the very beginning of the game, the guy takes, I'm going to hit you with my 100 killer missile or something stupid, and then boom, there went your 330. I mean, we lose models like that all the time, but
I would love to
That's
see this fall to 100 killer missile. That
we'll get chat on that.
we'll get chat on that.
But no, I'm saying on that though, it's not going to die first off now, and which is I kind of like that because you roll that lucky 6 and it's like, ooh, there went 6 hull points in my centerpiece.
So we're not going to
model.
have the freshly painted model syndrome.
I'm not saying it's going to do good the first time we build one, but I'm just saying
And
it won't die.
For those of you who don't know, we have this curse in which one of us paints a new model, we bring a new
Real
model,
big curse.
and it's not a whole army, but a new model, and it's gone instantly. We can't.
First time we ever filled it, it never does
It's
anything.
gone,
it
and you'll
dies.
see it. You'll see it happen.
But
guys.
after that, painted minis
That's right.
play better.
Yeah.
That's right. So after that, we're good. But
It's
once
the break-in period.
So, does this also rule apply for another guy hitting it with a D weapon? So does he get that little staying power? He gets to roll on that chart even with the D weapon. Does that make sense? So somebody hits you with another D weapon. Does this give any more staying power because of the invincible behemoth? What's your guys' thoughts on that and your interpretation of the rule? Does it still get the roll on the chart, or is it gone?
Well, if it hits a normal, I know in APOC when you're playing that, if it hits pretty much any other vehicle, they're just pretty much toast.
It's
If
toast.
you land it, yeah. But if you're a big, super heavy one, then you get the extra.
You get the extra
don't just
protection.
actually but see, it's like I took my my Warhound Titan and shot one of the tanks, and since you get a roll how many, I was able to kill it in one shot anyway, just because I rolled enough of the whole.
It always comes down to the rolls, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does happen.
So we talked about the stomp against the stomp. It's an addition to your normal attacks. D3 stomps on the stomp table, and again, that 6 is beautiful. It's just
Well, it's kind of like
it's gone. There's nothing to do.
with the Heldrake flyover, and you get
Vector strike?
Vector strike. So you kind of get to walk over everybody before you shoot them.
There's a lot of interpretation on the rules, and we've done our best to do the research as we can. Obviously, these are new, and like I said, our channel says we're the
Bright and
amateurs.
shiny. Bright and shiny.
Bright and shiny. Woo! But if you look at the escalation rules, and I've got it written right here, it says the rules for the super heavy walkers. You use the rules for super heavy vehicles in shooting, in damage, transport, and catastrophic damage. There are people out there saying that you can use it also as a thunder blitz. What do you guys think about that? A thunder blitz is if you take like a Bane Blade and you tank shock somebody, you get to roll that extra attack. If you guys find out about it and you can see in the rules,
What's a walker?
leave a comment below. Let me know. It is a walker, but the walkers say
Walkers can't tank shot.
they can't tank
You
shock.
can't tank shot.
But it's got fear, so.
It does have
It
fear.
does have fear.
And
Yeah.
fear, let's talk about fear real quick and we'll come back. Fear is the check of every subphase, and if you fail, your opponent loses or reduces your weapon skill down to 1. So basically those guys are hitting on 5 or better after that. Give or take.
Yep, pretty much.
But if you guys can find the rule, we'd love to, because we've had
Leave it in the comments below.
leave in the comments below, because we have had a great
That
debate
part
about
right
this
here.
off camera. But I don't think it. I don't personally think it does. I don't think it gets to do that. And then we got strike down. Shooting attacks takes a wound or passes. So if you shoot and your enemy takes a wound or passes a save throw, their initiative is halved, and now they're treating everything as if they're in difficult terrain for that turn.
They have to stand up basically before they can.
Yeah, the rule basically says the fluff is they get knocked down, they get hit, and they get knocked down, and they gotta take time to get back up, and it's take them a little bit.
When you get knocked down.
You get up again. So, with that in mind, what else? Now you're definitely saying let's charge down the middle of this thing. I can start shooting at stuff. I can knock you down. I don't have to kill you, but I can knock you down. And notice, and here's the thing, guys. It says strike down. It doesn't say strike down for the battle cannon. It doesn't say strike down for the Melta. It says strike down. So if a stubba hits you, the way I'm interpreting this rule, that's a strike down, right?
Might just depend on what we see in the codex.
True,
Yeah.
but as of right now, what is your guys' interpretation? I would agree with you. They're probably gonna
That's
maybe
what I have to
FAQ
look at.
it or anything.
It might just be anytime. I don't know if you hit with the hand to hand if you hit. We'll
It's a
have
shooting attack.
I know. Just have to see if. I mean, it could be different.
If that's the case, guys, that bumps up your heavy stubbers a little bit. You don't have to kill something, but I can definitely knock you down with it.
Yep, just tag it once and
Just tag it and knock it down. So those are your special rules. Overall, let's go talk about the chainsword. I'm
We
sorry.
got move through cover. You didn't
Oh,
do that
move
one,
through
but
cover.
you-
Yep, I'm sorry. Move through cover. Did I miss anything
it's
else?
gonna kick through
gonna-
cover.
It's not gonna. Yeah, it's
It
gonna
ignores
stomp
covers.
through cover.
It is cover. The Ion Shield. Ion Shield, 4+ invulnerability save. You get to place it either your front or your sides, or I believe even your rear, correct?
Yep.
Even so anywhere you want, but only one side.
and you get to choose.
And you choose which way you want to do it at the beginning of the enemy shooting phase. That's huge. That to me forces someone to come in with a kind of an L-shaped kind of an ambush that they want to do to you. How bad do they want to take this thing down?
See what I'm thinking, and just as my head, you end up getting 3 of these guys. Put the one on the front and put his voice shield on the front and put the other 2 on the side. And then you just gotta walk down.
And you
the
just get this
turtle.
nice little
You got
box.
the turtle with the
With your warlord right in the middle.
Of course.
See, there you go. You've heard it first. There's some expensive tactics, but good tactics nonetheless. I'm gonna call the first night cheese on that one. I'm saying that's cheese, and I love it. I mean, that's okay. We need to get more of these things. So the void shield, plus, yeah, yay, nay. Would you still put this thing in cover and try to move it up, or just like charge it right down the middle and put the void shield in front and say, "Come
When you
at
put
me"?
the void shield on it.
I'm sorry, ion shield, not void shield.
Yeah, sorry, the ion shield. You put the ion shield in front of it. It's going to help you because, yeah, like you said, it's going to be a bullet magnet. Small arms fire, probably not going to do too much to it, but they're going to be shooting their big stuff too. So yeah, anything that's going to take away your chance of getting any other saves, give yourself an invo save. Why not?
Sure, no.
I mean, you look at the Sisters of Battle, Adeptus Sororitas now or whatever. Every time you shoot one of them, you got a 6. Might as well roll it. You get it for 6. Hey, they save. We're good. I'd take a 4 up any day.
That's true, and you get to position it. Is the positioning gonna dictate any kind of tactics, or do you think it's just kind of a fluff thing for him?
Oh, definitely.
It's tactical.
Very.
It's because you're positioning at the start of their shooting phase, so however far up it is in the field could determine where it's being shot from.
It's gonna force the enemy to figure out. I've got this one thing that's gonna blow this thing up, and here it is. And then you just go, well, the shield's in front, and that kind of negates that. It's like, oh, now I gotta play the dice game. Forces them to to move that around.
Well,
For all you statistical players out
With all
there.
bullet shields or bullet magnets, they're going to take shots. You're going to have people
Sure.
focusing shots that are not going to be placed everywhere else.
That's true. It's true. Real quickly, the chainsword. So I've got the stats here, but you've got a little bit better right there. Read it because I can't read
Yeah,
the
the
writing right
chainsword
now.
again was Strength D, AP 2, and just melee type.
So it's going to destroy pretty much everything it comes in contact with. Titan killer? Yes or no?
Well, it's going to hold its own against one. I mean, Terminators can take out a Titan if you got enough of them. But yeah, D weapon, it's going to hurt.
Definitely.
Definitely. So one of the interesting things we were talking off camera about this, and I'll bring it up. One of the interesting things is everybody says it's got one D weapon. I would almost say it almost has 2 D weapons. And here's the interesting thing. So when it does explode, if it does explode, it rolls on the catastrophic chart, which in itself is a 5-inch blast. That's a D strength. So do you guys consider that an extra D weapon kind of in your pocket? I mean, it's going to get destroyed. It destroys. You guys want to use it as close combat. So it's going to be right in the thick of things. You run up, they happen to kill you. You get to kill them and back.
Well, you got it'd be an offense and a defensive D weapon.
So
Right.
yeah, so would you
Well,
kind
so
of consider it as 2 D weapons? I mean,
I
that
think
would
it's
count as
gonna
everybody
make,
having
yeah,
one.
it's gonna make your opponent's gonna definitely think about who they're gonna charge up and try to take out in hand to hand. I mean, if I'm running, I don't know, let's say you got your chaos and you got Karn the Destroyers out there or Betrayers out there, and he's running out there and he's hitting, and he's your warlord. If anything blows up, he's dead.
Is that and the stomp attacks?
Am I gonna run him up there then? Probably not. I think it'll make people think twice about what they put up there to take it out with.
It's kind of one of those catch-22s. I gotta shoot this thing because I want to get near it because it's gonna go Nova on me, but I can't get through it because it's got such great armor. It's got hull points, and then it's got that 4+ invulnerability shield, and now it's in my face, and now I have to deal with it. Yay, take it out and Smurf. There went half my army.
Well, it's like when my orcs took out Brother Simon.
We don't want to talk about that.
Oh, we do.
I'd say it'd be great if we know somebody with a the Lord of Skulls. Send it up against and Battle Royale and see which one wins.
And there you go.
There you go.
Then when it explodes, you got your last kind of kick in the face.
Anything else you guys want to talk about before we get to the unboxing?
No, let's open it.
You guys want to open? I know they've been like itching at it, and I've been slapping their hands. All right, so let's unbox it. First of all, we've already opened it up, so it comes. Well, Mr. Chevy, you do this far better than we do. So you lead the way here, and we'll step out of the way.
So we
and
got the new set of rules, or the new instruction guide. Pretty much everything you expect from GW.
Does it look complicated to put together? It kind of does from our point. I don't know how well you guys can see.
From checking the website, Games Workshop has put out a 4-series painting building guide for this. So
Nice.
go you have to check it out on their webpage or channel. And then towards
Let me help you out here.
Yeah. So we've got the regular building, and then towards the back we have the fluff section, as you would say. It's got everything showing off where the placement of all your decals are for however you want to run your knight.
Your knight. So total instruction pages, more than 5. I'll count. They'll open the box. How's that?
All right, let's open this bad boy up. First thing we see, it's got a sleeve now.
Sleeve.
And look at the size of that base. It's a lot bigger than your Monstrous Creature base.
Oh yeah.
12 instruction pages.
Grab the riptide real fast.
Let's grab the riptide over here.
Let's see what it.
No, it's smaller.
Yeah.
The riptide's smaller. There's a comparison of your
look at
bases. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Let's see.
So it's
definitely larger.
a lot bigger base than we've seen before. Here we got the first sprue. Got the shoulder pads, the main canopy for the cockpit, your arm joints.
Those are pretty good sized heavy stubbers. I mean,
Yeah.
So
they're
fluff
about
wise,
yay long.
fluff-wise, the guy inside is basically kind of the knight, and this is his armor. So there's supposedly like one guy piloting it, right?
One guy piloting it, and he's like
He's had it for most of his life.
neurally joined to it. Here's our second one. There's your chainsaw.
chain.
That's beautiful.
And
There's
there's
your
the
battle cannon.
battle cannon. We've got the melta gun.
Mm.
Your shields. 2 head variants.
And it comes with 2 or 3.
3, I believe. And
One was like I think it said the Adeptus Mechanicus one, or
Yeah, so 3 head variants. If not, if we're wrong on that, we'll correct it real quick because here's your final.
there's the final one. Got the feet.
There's your other.
There's the other and then we've got the faceplate, or there's a faceplate, there's the head that goes underneath it.
So you've got your head, and then you have a choice of 3 faceplates, knight helms, if you will, to go over top of that. It's an impressive model. I like it.
And
look at the size of the feet.
yeah,
Well, that's why you get the stomp attacks,
That's
right?
That's some big feet.
nice armor plates. This will be pretty easy, nicely to paint up.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, we got the brand new transfer sheet.
We can't get out.
And there's a box.
So it comes with looks like 4 houses. The
You
great
got
houses.
House Terran, House Raven, and then you got the Adeptus, and also your free blades.
Very nice.
Then they are offering, if I can find it where it was real fast. It was up here at the front, wasn't it? They are offering another one that you can.
Oh yeah, it's on
Purchase.
pre-order right now.
Which
Pre-order, you can
is-
get another decal sheet.
Which one's which? That's this one. Okay, so this one you can actually get another one that has the different other houses and the
Free blades.
blades.
A little bit different. Comes with some. I was reading up on it. Comes with some kill counters. You can put like World War II pilots. You can put on there different heraldry. Really, the options for this thing is limitless, and I'm looking forward to seeing some works in progress with this, and definitely to see your work in progress. Let us know because we know.
Yeah, we'll see.
We know you're a painter,
So
and
we know
look
you're
forward
going
to-
home tonight and putting it together, right?
We'll see.
So we expect to see a good battle report with it soon. Maybe,
Definitely,
maybe
hopefully.
versus us sometime.
For sure.
Right on.
All right, guys. You guys got anything else in summary?
I'm good.
So you want in summary?
I want one. I'm impressed and I'm jealous.
It's a close combat, according to our guys.
Well, it's close combat, long range. I think it's a pretty much well-rounded model. I mean, I can shoot you from 72 inches away, but you get close to me, I can take you out with that too. So
We'll leave with the final question: is it worth the points? We'll forget the money part for right now. Is it worth the points? 370 to 375.
for the key point in your army, for sure, definitely.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's not that much more expensive than a fold-out, decked-out Riptide, and there's a few more, but oh yeah, I'll get one.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and more to come, and hopefully you enjoyed this.
Thank Alan for being here.
Yeah, thank Alan and bringing the night. If you like, subscribe, and comment below, it really helps, and we'll definitely have a link to your channel down below.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for being the guest, first guest.
Come on.
See you guys.
Have a good one.